Because you have a cottage industry on YouTube and on social media of sisters complaining about black men. They got such a problem with black men. Black men so fucked up. Black men so stupid. And on that now, she ain't too far off. But we gonna be dealing with that in a couple of weeks. But that's something for another video. But you have a cottage industry of women who complain about this Negro. And they're good at complaining about him. They have no problem with highlighting his deficiencies, his faults, his flaws. They do that every day, all day, in video after video after video, which, by the way, and I find it to be most comical, is never considered hate speech. But again, that's a subject for another video. You see all these boyfriend tags. And you never see a boyfriend tag with a black man. It's always a other that these sisters do. And what I've come to realize is that the sisters don't want to accept this, because this is harsh. We got to confront some harsh truths, and that's what we're going to do in this video here and in part 2, because this is your Valentine's Day. So what better time than to do it than now? And the harsh reality is, listen, you are what you attract. And you got to think about that for a minute. You got to let that sink in. You got to sit back and process that. Because in light of all the videos that you see berating the black male in all of his flaws, these sisters talk about how messed up they are. But what they fail to do is take that statement to its logical conclusion, and that is, listen, you are what you attract. And now listen, I'm going to deal with this in part 2, so I'm going to give you heads up, because listen, in taking that statement to its logical conclusion, we also then have to say, if you are what you attract, then what you don't attract, you're not. Now, hey, listen, I'm telling you right now, that's harsh. That if you let that, you process that shit, that's some hard shit there. You are what you attract. So you attract these thugs. You attract these degenerate Negroes. The sister in the video that's on my page, on my other page, where the sister talked about the black men, and y'all seen the video, and the sister's talking about these men and how they act, and she went to her job, went out to dinner, and she shows up in her skirt and heels, and he shows up in a jogging suit with tennis shoes, Timberlands. And I didn't have the heart to tell the sister, listen, if he showed up dressed like that, guess what? He was dressed like that when he met you. He ain't just start dressing like that. He ain't just show up at that dinner or lunch engagement that y'all had and he popped up in Timberlands or tennis shoes. He was wearing that the day you gave him your number. And on the day that you had sex with him in his car, probably in some park somewhere, he had on Timberlands and tennis shoes. So you have to ask yourself the question, you are what you attract. That's the reason why you're dealing with him. Now you complain about him, but at the end of the day, you are what you attract, sister. I know that's harsh. That's harsh. And that's the reason why some of y'all, and when I say y'all, I'm talking about these sisters, some of them have multiple children with these degenerates that they complain about. And you got to process this. And it's harsh. This is a harsh reality that if you are what you attract, then you have to take it to its logical conclusion. We're going to deal with that on Wednesday. That what you don't attract, you're not. And you can't find this good white man. You can't find the good man. You can't attract him. Why? Why are you always attracting thugs? Why are you always finding these degenerates that you complain about are the ones that are the father of your children or fathers of your children? Why is that? See, they don't want to deal with that. They don't want to touch that. Oh, they can make video after video after video after video after video complaining about this Negro. Putting this Negro on blast.